Hey everybody, it's Voxel Twig with another episode of Sky Factory 3. Today we are going to get started on the hatchery mod, so we are going to be breeding chickens. Before we get into that, let me go ahead and show you what I've done around the base, just to catch you guys up. First thing we did, we made iron stiffened meshes for all of our sieves. Had to do it piece by piece as we got the iron, but it was totally worth it, because this gave us a higher chance to get iron, gave us a chance to get lead, prosperity shards, and diamond. The lead's alright for now, we don't really need it, but the prosperity shards and the diamond is what we need to make, I believe it is, I can't remember what it was exactly called, but it is tier 2 inferium. We need it to make the infusion crystal, and the infusion crystal is what lets us upgrade the inferium to make the higher tier products. So we got a lot of those, got a lot of iron, a ton of wheat from farming in between, because we needed it for all of our chickens that we're about to get started on, and diamond. We got 2 diamonds. I used one and we kept one. And we used one on this beauty right here. This sweet stone broadsword. And what it did is I was able to put it in the tool station because we leveled it up a couple episodes ago. And I went from 180 up to 644 durability. So now it'll last a ton longer. And it's still stone, so it gets repaired with stone. But we also added some redstone and some lapis, and that gave us haste and looting. The other thing we did is I made a little area over here because this is where we are going to put our machines. I needed something to pass the time while I waited for the chickens to grow. But this is where we're going to start with our basic machines. And let me show you what we've got with the chickens, because that is going to be the highlight of today. Boom. Probably wondering, why does this chicken look so weird? He is a smart chicken, you can tell because he's got his little graduation cap on. Now, from the beginning, what we do, and this is what we needed that sugar cane for, if you make a book and then you right click on a chicken, it turns it into a smart chicken with stats of growth, gain, and strength all 1. So every chicken that we get in this new mod has these 3 stats, and as you breed them with each other, they level up to increase how fast they grow, how much resources you get from them, and how quickly you get those resources. So it's key to level up these chickens, especially if you want more than 1 resource every 5 or 6 minutes. So what I went ahead and did was I made a bunch of smart chickens. I started with 2 smart chickens, and what we did is off camera, which took several in-game days and several real-life hours, was bred them until I got a perfect 10 smart chicken. And then, as you can see from the number of them, I bred several of them. And what this is going to do is essentially, like for example here, if I take this, let's look at silver chicken. Silver chicken is an iron chicken and a bone white chicken, and they have a 17% chance to lay a silver chicken. But this iron chicken, if it's tier 1, and this is tier 1, I'm going to get a tier 1 silver chicken. But if we work all the way up, like iron chicken is flint and bone white, these 2 chickens can't be bred. You have to make them. So once they're made, if I were to breed them with one of my smart chickens, theoretically it would lay a perfect 10 flint and bone white chicken. So from then on, anything I breed should be perfect 10 or close to it. So it just saves a ton of time down the road from having to breed 100 different chickens 30 different times. But in this chest, I have everything that we need to get started with our chickens. These are all the base tier chickens. These are all the chickens that you can actually just make. We don't have to breed, we can just make them. Everything in here was pretty simple to get, except this floral green powder. This floral green powder is what we need to make the cactus green chicken, I think is what he's called. Yep, cactus green chicken. Now we can make him with green dye or powder. Green dye comes from cactuses, and cactuses has to come from mana infusion, which we were nowhere near ready for. But the floral green powder you can get from making floral fertilizer, which is just a couple different dyes, and throwing it on the ground. And when you do, it makes a bunch of these mystical flowers, and I really just sat here until I got enough of these green flowers to get enough petals. And then once you have the petals, we had to use them with this fancy pestle and mortar to get the powder. And that's really it. But now what we can do is we can take all of these on our crafting table on a stick here, and what we can do is we should be able to just use all of these resources that I've gathered to just go in and get every base chicken, right? And now with these are going to be the basis for every chicken going forward, essentially. From crossbreeding and regular breeding, we have to breed them with each other to get the different variations of chickens. And there's nearly a chicken for everything. You want diamond, you can get a diamond chicken. You want draconium, there's a draconium chicken. Uranium chickens, the whole lot of them. Every chicken has a purpose. But it's key to have all of these base ones done first, because it'll save a ton of time later when you're not having to run around and gather chickens on the fly. And it'll be especially helpful having all of our chickens already be perfect 10s, because then that means we don't have to waste time breeding them later either. So that's all of those chickens. I'm going to throw them all back in here because we don't want to accidentally anything to happen to them. And from them, I did find a list of all the chickens online. That's what I'm using. Give me 1 second while I consult my notes here so I can make sure it's 100% right. Other than, we're missing 2 base chickens, and those 2 base chickens that we're missing have to be found in the nether. That's a nether quartz chicken and a soul sand chicken. So, for now, we have all the base chickens. We have everything we need to get started with the base chickens, and we're going to get some nesting pens. Not nesting pens, what are they called? Egg nests. We got to get egg nests down to hatch all these chickens. So, okay, excuse me. We're going to have to find a way to get these automatically gathered or something, because there's just way too many eggs. But where are we going? We are getting hay. Drink some of my apple juice. So we're just gonna take 1, 2, 3. We take 4 stacks for now, because we don't want to. We're gonna need. This isn't even all the wheat that we're gonna need for everything, because we still have to make nesting pens for all of them, and it's just so much. So the chicken life never really ends. It consumes you. It's all consuming. So we have 9 of these. I think there was 19 base chickens, so we can do half at a time basically. But what that's gonna mean is we're gonna be able to put all these down. Excuse me, sir. 9. So we got 9 of these down. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And when you're putting these down, you want to make sure you just right-click. If you shift right-click, you're going to throw that chicken on the ground, like I did just there. Oh my goodness. That was stressful. Because if you just throw them on the ground, like I did, like an idiot, there is a very, very good chance that it is just going to fly off into the distance, and you are not going to actually get a chicken. Because remember, there's only a chance that these chickens hatch when you throw them on the ground. So you just click, click, click. Very careful. No room for one more. Let's get the cactus green chicken. And boom. Now we got our first batch of chickens, just chilling. They take a little bit of time to hatch. It's not fast. I'm pretty sure if you stand on them, it goes faster. That's what I've done. I've literally been sitting here like this for the last few hours, just watching the sun come up and go down, sitting on my eggs. But, you know, that's the life of a chicken farmer. It's not the life I asked for, but it's the life I got. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we are going to let those chickens go. And we're going to come over here, and while that's working, we are going to get started on updating our storage system, because this is unacceptable. This is nowhere near enough for what we need, and it exhausts me. Looking at it, it's just, I don't like it. So what we're going to do is going to take some of this wood, and we are going to make storage. I can spell. No, I can't. It's okay. No. D-R-A-W. There they are. Basic drawers. So we're going to be looking to make basic drawers 2x2. And what this is going to give us is it's going to give us a 1 block by 1 block item. And it can hold 4 separate items. And each of those items it can hold up to 8 stacks of. And it's 4 chests and 5 wood planks. So we're just going to make a ton of them and line this area over here with them. And that's really the goal right now. And then we're going to, once we do that, we are going to go ahead and we're going to go through and we're going to organize everything. So let's get these chests made. Whoopsies. So remember, it was what? How many? It was 4 chests per thing. So that means right there, that's 4 of them. That's 12. 16. So we make 4x4 over in the corner. So, boom. 4. Oh my god, each one makes 4. So that's 32 basic drawers. That's more than I anticipated. Alright, so we're going to put it, let's get this out of the way for a second. Right there, we don't want anybody spawning. So we're going to go 1, 2. Let's try to make it look nice, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Look at that. That is storage. That's what I'm talking about. So now, if we take some dirt, some of this, I'm just gonna throw stuff in there. Here we go. Let's see what happens. So if we right click, boop. Okay, right click. So right click deposits, left click takes out, I'm assuming. 1, 2, shift left click is a whole stack. Alright. And then, whoa. Okay. Double right click puts everything away. And then we'll put this right here. Oh yeah. This is so much better. Look at that. It's already better. We might have made too many. Who knows? Time will tell. But now we can, this is definitely going to have too much wheat. We're not even going to put that in there. We are going to put all of this stuff in there because this is all going to have a home in our new storage system, because it is very, very important that all of our ores and ore pieces and everything have a place to go. But what I'm going to do is I think it's going to be, we're going to do ore, ingot, ore. So we could do block, ingot, ore? I don't know. Or each one could be one. We could piece, nugget, or piece, chunk, ingot, block. That's what I think we'll do. I like that. Yellorium. I don't know what the Yellorium is really for. That over there. I don't know what ancient spores are for. Got lead, gold, lapis, diamonds, prosperity shards, and cocoa. Look at that. It's so much nicer already. Whew. Oh my god. Glowstone, redstone. We just take all of it. It's just so exciting. And then eventually what we can do is we can, if we find a way, a good way to kill them as they drop down over there, we can put hoppers down into a chest, and then I believe there's item conduits or transfer pipes, and we can basically transfer it all the way over here, and as it kills them, just deposit items right in here. That would be the best. The glowstone away. That. Seeds. Yes, wow, we're cooking with gas. We got monster kills. Whew. So this is what's really going to help us get started with automation, is having everything sorted the way it should be, in a way that we can easily identify everything. Without having to open a chest and go digging around and looking for it, we can just look at it and know that's where it is. Some of the stuff is going to be, we're going to have to find a way to filter some of the stuff, because, like, you know, they drop bows and shields and things like that. We don't really need all of that stuff, so we're going to have to find a way to try to filter some of it out. But for the most part, we are going to be good to just hook that right up to this at some point. And when we do, I cannot wait. Let's see, we have copper ore anywhere? Look at this. Copper, go right there. Put flint down there in the corner. Barium. Look at that. It's beautiful. I don't think we're going to need as much as I made, but you know what? That's okay. I know that eventually we get into computers and we can just store everything in a computer. So you won't even have this anymore. But for now, we have, you know, the important things, ores and things like that. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is. There's still a little bit of a mess for, like, miscellaneous things, because, like, we don't want to make a storage drawer for every little thing, like spruce seeds or clay or things like that. Like, we're not going to have enough of it to do that. But for the most part, this is going to be for the things that we use the most, or the things that we're going to need quick access to, or be able to at least see, like, where is that item? Where can I go to get it? Like all these ores. And before, looks like the sun's going down, before we wrap up for right now, let me go ahead and take a stack of this out, and let me show you the beauty of this. Boom. Look at that. And that was a mistake, because we can't smelt that. I'm dumb. Ignore me. Now I gotta take it all out. I forgot. We have to make them into chunks. Put the chunk in there. And we're gonna put the chunk in there. And then that'll be an ingot, and that'll be a block. It'll be great. My vision realized. You can look at it. You can look at it cooking. It's beautiful. And with this, once we have this done, next episode, we are finally going to be able to start automating this process. We're going to make our generator, automate the hammering, the sieving. That takes a lot of diamonds, but with the iron, stiffened mesh, it shouldn't take too long. But the big thing is we're going to need iron to get started on a lot of it. Look at that. They got us 3 blocks and 3 ingots. So we can go 1, 2, 3 blocks. And then I made some casts right here. So we go 1, 2, 3. That'll get us 3 ingots. And if you are wondering how we did that, what you would need to do is you need to melt down 1 ingot's worth of gold and just put an ingot in the table, and then once you turn it on, the gold will fill the slot, and then it'll destroy whatever ingot's in there. So, look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. You know what, let's just get crazy. Here we go. Boom. It's great. Do the same thing with lapis. Because why not? Now I just want to organize and clean everything up. But that's a job for another day. Oh yeah, it's all coming together now. But I think that'll about wrap it up for today's episode. If you liked the video, like and subscribe, leave a comment below. If you didn't like it, let me know what you didn't like about it, what I can change, what we can do differently next time. As always, this is Voxel Twig. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you next time.